part of it is when I went to school, I remember learning how great this country was. I remember one thing in specific when a little kid, and we'd have music and we would sing patriotic songs. And I probably know most of them still to this day. Do we still teach kids that? Do we still teach kids through song what this country is all about? And I think the answer is probably no, but let's find out more. Because PragerU is starting a program to help teach kids to reintroduce these patriotic songs that you and I grew up on. And I want to find out more about this. So we're going to go out to the WRVA Newsmaker Hotline. Jill Simonian's joining us from PragerU, where she's part of this program as the director of outreach for PragerU Kids. And she hosts and she's the co-creator of America's favorite music show. And she's our guest here on News Radio WRVA. Jill, I know it's early out on the West Coast. I appreciate you getting up for us.
Thank you so much. You're getting me up. You're getting my day going. I'm appreciative of that.
I appreciate this. Look, so I'm going to throw something out at you. I know I see commercials all the time on Newsmax and Fox talking about a guide to the president. I'm wondering, I thought to myself when I first saw it, I'm like, why are we doing this? Why do we need this? And then I started thinking about this for my nephews and nieces that are still in grade school. Are they learning the same lessons I did? Are they being taught the same things I was? And by the way, they're in California, so I guarantee you they're not. But I remember kids in school and writing reports about states. And I remember learning all of these songs when I was a kid. And I'm thinking, well, maybe we do need to do this because our education system seems to lack civics and teaching any pride in this country.
It's true. You're absolutely right. And I'll tell you here out in California, the answer to your question, are these kids still learning that America is a great nation through its faults, through its stains of the past? The answer is no. And I know that a lot of people across the country or in your neck of the woods might say, oh, well, what happens in California doesn't matter. And that is a falsity. What happens in California is a litmus test and a testing ground for the rest of the nation. So here in California, the standards for elementary school, kids are no longer doing state reports. Kindergarten, first grade, second graders, it used to be a statewide and nationwide standard for kids to learn patriotic songs. Kids are no longer learning those songs in classrooms when you look at the day-to-day. And a lot of people will say, oh, well, the budget cuts for the music, we don't have time for that. Here's the thing. If we do not teach our youngest children how to love this country and then examine and analyze all of the faults when they are age appropriate, but if we don't teach them how to love this country, we're not going to have a patriotic citizenry left, and that's a national security issue. So that is why at PragerU Kids, we have developed hundreds, literally hundreds, if not over 1,000 now, I think, of patriotic, pro-America, America-loving videos, books, resources that teach kids good character and values and our U.S. history. And this latest is America's favorite music show for our preschoolers.
Jill Simonian joining us right now from PragerU. Jill, I'll just share this with you folks. See, I'm not the only one who says this because I tell my audience all the time, do not CA my VA because whatever starts in California will make its way over here. I had a listener the other day. They made up bumper stickers. They sold me one. Do not California my Commonwealth. So we scream it all day long. Do not CA my VA. Jill, I grew up in the Salinas Valley. I went to school in Bakersfield, worked in San Francisco, worked in Los Angeles, lived in San Diego. So I saw all the best of California. And I told people here that bag tax that we have, now we're taxing the plastic bags. That started when I worked at Candlestick Park doing the Giants post-game show. People complained about their plastic grocery bags. And that's where the whole thing of, hey, let's go ahead and tax these. And now we find out they want to go back to paper bags. So what starts in California always makes its way out here. Can I share a story with you?
Yes.
One of the reasons why I think I'm so patriotic, when I was a little kid, I remember sitting around second, third grade learning these songs. And the one that always stuck out to me, I mean, listen, I have your list of songs here. You're a grand old flag. I could sing all of these songs when I was a little kid, right?
I love it,
on the range. I learned all these songs as a kid. But the one song that stood out for me was the song Every Little Boy Could Be President.
I've never heard that one.
Every little boy can be president. And what it told you was, and it told me, and now I'll tell you this is in the 70s. The girl's like, what about us? Can we be president? She goes, yes,
I
absolutely. You
know,
can be
right?
president too. But what it told me was, for a kid who grew up in little farm towns where there wasn't much. I mean, I lived down the end of a road. I had to walk a mile to get to the bus stop. There were no other kids around. I lived in the middle of tomato fields, and my world was so small, I couldn't think of anything. I never dreamed I'd ever do anything other than living in that little community. That song spoke to me and said, I could dream as big as I can in America, and
Yeah.
I could do anything. So that song that we sang first, second, third grade, every day it's still in the back of my head because the music I learned in elementary school.
Yeah. I don't doubt it. And that's the magic of music, as they say, the great unifier through our differences. If we can't, sit and listen to music, there's a big problem. But that is exactly why, that's another reason why we just thought that this music show was so, it was just a perfect time to do it for the 250th. Even the military songs, I'll tell you, one of our episodes is about military songs, and it has the Marines hymn and Anchors Away and the Army Goes Rolling Along. And I myself, as a mom, whenever I watch a fireworks show, we know the military anthems that are playing during the fireworks show, but our young children do not, unless their mom or dad is serving in the military. And to me, I thought, wow, our children need to understand the sacrifice, the courage it takes for all of those who serve, who continue to protect us, and learning the military songs is a way to do that. And these songs instill motivation and American spirit, but they also instill gratitude and the appreciation for our freedoms and sacrifice. And those are the things we need to preserve more than now more than ever.
You're making me choked up because, again, I will tell you this. I never would have taken a chance to try to do anything in life had it not been for that song. Every little boy could be president. Now, we've played it on here. There's an old TV show called Family Affair, and Jody was the son of that song. He actually had a hit in the 60s, maybe the 70s, singing that song, and it drove every parent crazy because he sang off key, but it was part of the show. But to me, that spoke, that said, Rich, in this country, you can do anything. We're not going to guarantee it, but you have the opportunity to go from that little town, Hollister, California, in the middle of nowhere where there's not a kid, to be seen for 10 miles around you, but you can dream big. And if you work hard and you get the right opportunity and you've got a backbone and you keep fighting and you never give up, you can achieve something in your life.
Yeah, you're going to get somewhere. It's so true. And, all of our videos and are free on our website. And so we've really made, it's been 5 years since we started doing PragerU Kids. And it's something that is very homegrown. I was hired 5 years ago to start brainstorming these children's videos and, story times and game shows with our CEO. And we created these shows to really instill just what you described, that spirit of becoming an entrepreneur, of working hard and getting somewhere. You don't know where, but that's what's possible in America. And that's really what I think that's what we should be turning towards now more than ever, especially at our 250th.
Well, if you want a testimonial how much these songs still resonate with someone some 50 years later, I'll be the first to tell you these are important, folks. You can go to PragerU.com/America's Favorite Music Show. There's a whole list of things. And again, I will tell you this as someone who is a product of public school. I sent my son to private school, but they're not getting the civics. They're not getting the education I think you and I had as kids when it just comes to this country and what it means. So between PragerU, Catherine Limbaugh, Rush's widow, just is re-releasing the Rush Limbaugh, Rush Revere books. You got to do something, because if you just leave it up to the kids and the schools, they're never going to learn this stuff that taught us it's okay, it's great, it's wonderful to love your country. As we get to the 250th anniversary of this country, we have to do something to make sure that we guarantee that we hand this off to our prosperity, that they'll celebrate 250 years from now. And if we don't do it now, who knows what's going to happen in the future to this great experiment.
So true. It's so true. What was the Ronald Reagan quote? I'm going to misquote him, but the idea is there. Freedom is never more than one generation away from extinction. It's so true.
You know, I just saw something yesterday.
A-plus roofing.
Bernie Sanders, 10 years ago, ran for the very first time. And you look at what's happened over the last 10 years. Ronald Reagan's quote has never, ever, ever been more true than it is today. Thank you for joining us, Jill. It means a lot that you got up. We're going to talk this up, and God bless you for doing this, because I think there's a lot of kids that, it weren't for what you're doing right now, would never learn the meaning of these patriotic songs that just start as a kid and helps grow in your relationship and how much you love this country. Thank you so much. God bless you too. Thank you so much. PragerU.com if you want to find out more information. All right, we've got more coming up here on Richmond's Morning News. You want to text us, 833-804-1140, 833-804-1140. Let me remind you, the program today is brought to you by A-Plus Roofing. Ooh, if you want to waste money, then just keep waiting, because you got to get your roof repaired. You got to get new shingles, but you keep waiting. Put it off. I'll do it next week. I'll do it off next week. Great. Keep waiting. It's just going to cost you money. Inflation's starting to hit roofing materials. If you don't do it now, you're going to pay later. Call right now. Lock in your pricing, 804-752-0008, 804-752-0008. You don't have to get your roof done in the next day or so, but you can lock in the pricing before it goes up. Go to aplusroofing.com for more.
It's the news I need.
I can check in throughout the day.
I can just have it on all day.
Download the Odyssey app and listen anywhere with News Radio WRVA.
And everybody cares about health, wellness, fitness, nutrition, and so many of us are guessing our way through our health, guessing what foods to eat, what supplements to take, wondering why some things make us feel better than others. Now, that's where Viome comes in. It's a simple, at-home gut health test that uses advanced RNA technology. It analyzes your gut microbiome to understand how your body is truly functioning in this moment. And from there, Viome then creates a personalized food and supplement plan designed specifically for your body. Right, Linda? You've been doing this.
I have been doing it, and the test is easy. It's got great steps. It walks you right through. It's easy to do. You can send it right in.
Take the guesswork out of it. Get real data. Go to VIOME/Hannity. VIOME.com/Hannity today. And when you follow their plan, you can expect better digestion, more energy, improved mood. Stop guessing. Start knowing.
Before America became a nation, it was an idea. And that idea was born in Virginia. In 2026, the Virginia American Revolution 250 Commission, known as VA 250, is commemorating 250 years of independence, with events happening across the Commonwealth, from historic sites like Jamestown, Williamsburg, and Yorktown, to communities throughout Virginia. VA 250 brings the stories of courage, sacrifice, and freedom to life. Stand where history unfolded, reconnect with the values that shaped our country, and experience the places that helped define America. Perfect for families, history enthusiasts, and anyone who feels pride in our nation's beginning. This is a chance to be part of something meaningful. The celebration is happening now across Virginia. Discover the birthplace of our country, America, made in Virginia. Learn more at visitva250.org.
Need cash for that summer home improvement project, or want to wipe out all that credit card debt fast? Let my friends at Neighborhood Lender convert your home's equity into cash now. It's fast and easy with Neighborhood Lender. Hey there, Gary Hess here. In a matter of days, Neighborhood Lender can help you get cash to pay off your high-rate credit cards or car loans. They can get you a much lower rate, saving you hundreds, maybe thousands a month. And you can even keep your primary mortgage intact. Rates are at 3-year lows, and your home's value is probably at an all-time high. So this is a great time to call Neighborhood Lender. There's no junk fees, no red tape, no big bank runaround. Neighborhood Lender is fast and easy, and you may not even need an appraisal. So do it now. Use the equity in your home to get on solid financial footing. Wipe out high-rate debt and maybe remodel that kitchen. Call Neighborhood Lender, 804-643-LOAN, neighborhoodlender.com. Get your cash now, 804-643-LOAN, neighborhoodlender.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 69349, subject to lender approval, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
Sponsored by Progressive Insurance.
Make sure your family is well taken care of with life insurance. Protect your phone, laptops, and more with electronic device insurance, and cover your furry friends with pet health insurance.
If you feel like you're just working for a paycheck without getting any personal satisfaction, consider a new career where you can earn great pay, be rewarded for your hard work, and have a lot of fun doing it. Become an account executive at Odyssey, Virginia's most powerful media and entertainment company. You'll be selling broadcast and digital marketing, sports partnerships, and events. To learn more, go to AUDACYINC.com. Click on carears.
Traffic backed up? Call the Richmond Office Interiors Traffic Line, 474-0225.
All right, 9:20 this morning on Richmond's Morning News on News Radio WRVA. Let's take one final look at traffic from the MyInsuranceDoctor.com Traffic Center, the official insurance of News Radio WRVA.
Congestion slow southbound 95 from Brook Road through the Belvedere exit. Congestion westbound 64 from Mechanicsville Turnpike over the Chaco Valley Bridge and out to 95. All clear. Chippendale Parkway 288 of the downtown expressway. On the side roads, collisions on Gayton Road at Broad Street. The Arthur Ashe Boulevard at Robin Hood Road. Laburnum Avenue at Creighton Road. Cox Road at 3 Chomp Belmont Road at Chippendale Parkway. With traffic, I'm Kevin Casey.
All right, one more time. I'm just warning you, it's going to be hot. And it's going to be sweltering. Right now, 77 degrees, but it feels like 83. 89 will be the high. Very, very, very little wind today. So just know that we're counting down to 100 by Friday. That's a look at your weather at 9:20 from the personal injury attorneys of Cravens and Knoll Weather Center on News Radio WRVA.
This is Richmond's Morning News with Rich Herrera.
You may have hoodwinked everyone, but you can't fool me. I listen to public radio.
On News Radio WRVA.
All right. Let's see. Oh. Oh, boy. We got so much to get to today on the program. Can I read this one? Can I read a text message real quick? I know we do them at 6:55, but this one's great. Good morning, sir. Just moved to the area. Turned on your radio show and couldn't help notice. Is this a comedy show like Saturday Night Live? It's just hysterical. The Trump denial syndrome that you and your audience are going through. I almost feel bad for you guys. Have a great day. I know I'm going to have a great day. It's so interesting when I get, and I just want to read that one because I thought that one was pretty funny, that I get pushback all the time from those on the left, but they never really want to discuss any of the issues with me, but they always want to take personal cheap shots. Sorry, you're living in delusional land. Sorry, you live in a fantasy land. Sorry, you live in this. Sorry, you live in that. Sorry, you're not that bright. Sorry, you're not that cultured. It's always an elitist looking down their nose at someone who disagrees with them instead of wanting to have an honest discussion of issues and policies. You notice that? Like you see all those, I see them, probably way too many of them.